Welcome back to Sunrise, everybody. We're joined now by Harvey Shields and Beverly. Harvey is a corrective exercise specialist here to share some tips and things that you want people in this area to know about.
Well, some of the things they need to do is understand how the energy moves throughout the body. And so a lot of times when you have injuries, the cause of the injuries are because there's a block of energy. And these are my particular perspective, not necessarily mean that other professionals may agree with this, but this is what I've learned over the years working with professional athletes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And so what are some of the tips that people at home can take away from that? How can they heal from this?
One of the things, once they have an injury, first of all, they need to understand what the injury is. And once they understand the injury, then they can be able to try to help move that energy throughout the body. And Miss Lasster, she can be able to explain to you a little about her experience.
Absolutely. How has it benefited you?
Well, I knew what Harvey had been doing, you know, for the last, I don't know, about 20 years.
Yes.
Anyway, but I broke my leg when I retired in 2016 when I retired from teaching, and I was having a lot of problems with it. It was this one right here. And I kept going back to the doctor, and he kept telling me, well, it's just going to take you a long time. So when he happened to be home, I asked him about working on it, you know, and he came and he did, and it didn't take any time before, you know, it got better. And then he told me some things about posture, how I needed to be walking, and, you know, certain things like that. So after that, I put him on the rest of the family. I've got a daughter in Atlanta that had terrible sciatica because she works with in the restaurant industry, and she's always on her feet. And she had been crying about it for the longest. So I told her, I said, I know he travels, and if he comes to Atlanta, I'm going to see if he'll come, you know, help you. She said, Mama, what can he do in, you know, in that length of time?
Right.
I said, we'll see.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah. So he did. He worked for my daughter, and that was like 5 years ago. And she told me not too long ago, she said she has not hurt since, you know.
Wow.
And then one more thing, my uncle, I had an uncle, he's deceased now, but he was in the nursing home in Louisville. And before he went in the nursing home, his health was going down. So I asked Harvey to check on him when he came home one Christmas a few years ago. And he actually got him to walking. And I know if he'd had more time, he would have done more.
Sure.
And then he came back and visited him again in the nursing home. And my uncle's hand had atrophied, you know, was just curled up from no use. And at the time he was there, my mom was right there too, and it was just miraculous how he got his hand to come all the way out, you know.
Wow.
So I'm just here speaking for him because I know what he can do.
Absolutely. And Harvey, it sounds like posture and balance are a big part of this.
Yes, I think that, yes, biggest problem with when people walk, they walk on the heels.
Right.
And when you walk on the heel, you're not going to be able to stay balanced. If you look at football, baseball, and basketball, you never see a person shoot a basket on the heel.
That's a very good point. I mean, and this is something that doesn't just apply for athletes, too. You're talking about anybody.
Every day. You just have to understand how the body moves, how to force energy throughout the body. Once you understand how to balance and allow energy to move throughout the body, you can cause your body to recover faster.
Now, is there anything that people at home watching right now can do research on to learn more about this? Anything that you would recommend?
Well, I would recommend first to when they go to the doctor. I think if a person understands their problem prior to going to the doctor, try to understand the injuries. So sometimes they go in and say, my back was hurting, but it was actually your hamstring.
Okay.
So you need to, if you're having the injury or you did something, a repetitive stress injury, or you said your neck, could be your arm. So you need to understand what you did prior to that injury. If you understand that, then you would be able to correct it.
Is there a lot we can do preventative-wise for injuries and things like that from your perspective?
Yes, but learning how to be able to move.
Right.
How to be able to move properly. Well, like I said, one of the big things, stay off your heel.
Very good advice. Well, guys, thank you so much for being here this morning and sharing that with our audience. Yeah. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Well, stay with us.